Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time to go around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, we have some folks who don't find themselves in the news too often. We'll do a round of quick hits in the beginning. We're talking about Walmart Plus again. Bank of America has a new partnership you could be interested in. Roll your eyes at. We'll talk about Goldman Sachs and Apple Card. Then we'll close with Citi, who may finally be trying to be competitive in the travel space only years later. You can be the judge of that. Of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, first things first, we're going to lead up with one of my favorite newer, not so much new, but one of my favorite card concepts, and that is the BILT Rewards card. So, again, BILT Rewards, I have a full video on it, but that card is now with the Wells Fargo portfolio. It's the card that allows you to pay your rent with a card and earn at least 1% back. Well, they also have, recently launched a travel portal, and they also have, transfer partners. Well, they're adding a few new transfer partners as well. So now we're going to have British Airways as a transfer partner at a 1-to-1 rate. You can also earn an additional 100 bonus points simply for linking your BILT Rewards account to your British Airways account. And then continuing on in the trend, in September, they're going to add Iberia and Aer Lingus as well. So overall, again, quick hit there, but I do like to see what BILT Rewards is doing. I am kind of a fan of the card. Again, I think I've said it before, but I am interested to see how Wells Fargo incorporates it into their portfolio. As they continue with their card refresh, would they simply kind of say, hey, it's the BILT Rewards portal, it's going to be just the Wells Fargo travel portal, bringing it into the fold. Could make a really interesting trifecta, especially if they continue to put, resources behind it, or would they leave it more so as its own standalone product, which I don't think would make a ton of sense personally, but again, I always root for more optionality and even more trifectas. So that's BILT Rewards. Now we're doubling back to a store we had last week, and that is Walmart Plus. Now Walmart Plus is relevant here because of the partnership that they have with the Amex Platinum card, giving you a credit basically for a Walmart Plus membership every month if you choose to sign up. Last week, Walmart Plus added Paramount Plus, at least a version of Paramount Plus. I think the ad-supported one, so you can get that as well. Now this time around, Walmart Plus is kind of adding like a cashback type of rewards within their membership. So let's take a look at this in case you're making use of the Platinum Card benefit. And so what they're doing is basically when you're going through and you're shopping and you're looking at your items, there'll be like digital coupons, if you will, associated to each item. They're saying you can clip those coupons, and that's the cash back you'll earn if you end up going through with the purchase. Now, you're not going to cash. It's not like a coupon like you're saving on the item, but more so you can save up the cash back like you're used to in the credit card space and then redeem it later on for discounts on your order. So apparently this is a result between Walmart Plus and a partnership with Ibotta, which is kind of like a cashback rewards platform, if you will. I'm not too familiar with it, but overall this is kind of interesting. Again, it's another slight win, if you have the Platinum card. Because remember, you don't necessarily have to use the Platinum card, I don't believe, to pay for your Walmart Plus, your actual groceries. So if you're going to use grocery delivery, might as well get some discounts as you go. I think the larger picture here is that Walmart Plus is obviously trying to go after probably Amazon Prime, honestly, right? You'd add Paramount to compete with Amazon's own streaming service that they've had for quite some time, Prime Video, and then you'd add this to try to get some extra little discounts in there as well to try to win them over. For a long time, Walmart's kind of, been able to hold their own more or less against the behemoth that is Amazon, but you can clearly see they're coming head-to-head. So overall, again, if you have the Platinum card, I think this could be a nice pickup. Let me know if you use the grocery delivery perk from Walmart Plus and what's been your experience with that. But now we come to a story that technically happened a few weeks ago, but because I am an Apple sheeple person, although I haven't bought the Apple polishing cloth, I think that's the true sign of an Apple sheeple. If you know what I'm talking about, that you know what I'm talking about. $20 for a polishing cloth is ridiculous. But anyways, Apple and Apple Card, or more so Goldman Sachs, in the news because Goldman Sachs, which is the partner bank for the Apple Card, is now being investigated by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. So Goldman, they actually, made this public in one of their recent quarterly filings, during earnings time. So let's quickly take a look at this because it has a weird twist on the back end. So what the CFPB is saying is, hey, look, we are investigating you on a few different things. Application of refunds, like credit card refunds, crediting non-conforming payments, billing error resolutions, advertisements, reporting to credit bureaus, And the largest customer complaints over the years have been, or the over years that the Apple Card's been around, which I think it's 3 years now, is like the biggest error being chargebacks. Now, chargebacks are always tough because, we've also had stories here in the news where, banks, or not banks, but, the payment networks and the card issuers are kind of struggling with chargeback fraud, where someone buys something and no matter what, they file a chargeback so they don't have to pay for the item. So, not really saying that's going on, I'm just more so saying during an investigation, it's actually really hard to figure out which ones are legitimate chargebacks and which ones aren't. Back in the day, you'd hope the credit card company would always simply side with you because they're supposed to have your back because you're the customer, but as people have taken advantage of it, it gets harder and harder just to blanketly say yes all the time. So now Goldman Sachs is kind of like, hey, look, this is really attributed to the growth of the Apple Card, right? I think the user base of the Apple Card doubled year over year. Maybe it was like 2019 to 2020. Don't quote me on that. I can try to find the chart and put it up. And so as a result, they're kind of like, hey, we're pretty new to the credit card game. Now, yes, their credit card division does have the GM portfolio as well. I have a video on those cards I can put down below for you as well. But again, GM is going to be limited by the user base. But again, over here in the States, Apple is kind of like the go-to phone, so Apple Card got some serious traction. So as a result, I think they're kind of going, hey, it's more so growing pains than anything else, and we're working on. Of course, they are cooperating. So we're going to keep an eye on that because, again, I know the Apple Card is a popular card out there. And how do I know this? I know this because J.D. Power Associates actually gave the Apple Card like the best card of the year award this year, which is weird that we call that, halfway through the year. But hey, here you have it. This is the press release. So for the second consecutive year, Apple Card and issuer Goldman Sachs ranked number one in customer satisfaction in the mid-sized credit card issuer segments in the J.D. Power 2022 U.S. Credit Card Satisfaction Survey. Now, this is largely because, again, the scale of Apple and the popularity of it. And then number two is that they do, because being a tech company and software company, they do focus a lot on the user interface or UI of it. And I do think that has a lot to do with it. They also probably cast a very wide approval net for this card as well and kind of manage risk with credit limits. I think Goldman Sachs is probably just along for the ride. It's more so kind of funny, the timing of like, hey, we're getting looked at by the CFPB. Oh, wait a minute, here's this press release. So you also love the card, and they included Goldie in that as well. So that's my guess. Again, I don't think the Apple Card is a bad card by any means. I think it's actually a pretty good card for folks who just like one or two cards and don't want to know a whole lot about cards and, of course, like Apple stuff. Then I think it's fine. Again, the timing of it, a bit much. So if you're interested in the Apple Card, despite all the CFPB claims, there's also rumor that there's a $100 sign-up bonus link floating around via Credit Karma. So if you go into your Credit Karma, you look through your recommended offers, you might be able to get $100, which is the highest sign-up bonus we've ever seen for the card. Cash sign-up bonus, I believe. Which $100 for that wouldn't be too bad. It'd kind of be on par for that card. So anyways, there's our Apple story for the day. Now let's check in with Bank of America, who doesn't normally make the news that often. And if you found yourself just saying, man, I need one more food delivery service perk in my life, well, then this story is for you. Bank of America is pairing all their debit cards and credit cards up with Grubhub, providing a Grubhub Plus membership. So of course, in case you're unfamiliar, again, this will apply to the debit and credit cards. They don't call out anyone specifically, so I'm going to say it's a blanket deal. You can get 1 year of Grubhub Plus. Now, interesting enough, this is only available if you don't currently have a Grubhub Plus membership, which I kind of believe is a miss, but again, I understand why Grubhub wouldn't want to spend money to reacquire a customer they've already acquired, so I get it. However, if you have a membership, you can enroll for a $5 off coupon for your next 3 orders of $15 plus. And if you're unfamiliar, membership perks here is $0 delivery fees on order over $12. That's the one you're going to be most interested in. And then it's normally $9.99 a month, so you can value that however you want. This went live on August 18th of this year. Again, the membership will last for 1 full year. So with that, of course, it will auto-renew. So if you don't want to continue paying for it, just make sure to set yourself a notification or something like that, because they're probably not going to remind you. Again, overall, I think it's fine, considering most of Bank of America cards are no annual fee. You do have the 2 premium ones with annual fees, but anytime you add something, it doesn't cost me anything. I'm not going to get mad about it. Once again, though, we can kind of see the food delivery services trying to go through customer acquisition via these credit cards. I think it's a nice way to pick people up with a built-in user base. I do wonder if it ends up, you keep giving away your product so much for free. I do wonder if it ends up devaluing what the food delivery services are trying to offer. Obviously, you guys know where I stand. If you watch a lot, and I'm not a big fan of them. But hey, if you got a Bank of America card, let me know if this is of any use or of interest to you. Now, final story, we have Citibank. Citibank, as you know, again, is one of my favorite love-hate issuers in the fact that Citi has the ability to be really good or really awful depending on how they feel that particular day. So when it comes to the travel portal, believe it or not, Citi has a travel portal, and you can, cash in thank you points. We've seen them make all the cards earn thank you points, be able to combine them, transfer them out, that whole thing. Well, their portal allegedly just went away, just disappeared, according to the points guy. So the points guy reaches out to Citi, and Citi says, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to redo the whole travel portal. Probably would have been nice if you told people that first. I have a Citi card, custom cash, not a travel card, but I didn't see any notifications by Citi like, hey, it's going to be down or whatever. So, of course, typical Citi thing to do. But with that, here's what Citi is saying. So Citi's saying, hey, the Citi Thank You portal is being retired. There's going to be a new portal, and it's going to be backed by Booking.com, and this is going to be easier to use via web and mobile, customized payments between points and a card, and 24/7 customer support, all things you probably would have expected the last portal to have. You can also earn points on paid bookings via the portal. You're going to get a 1-to-1 thank you point redemptions via the portal, and then you're going to get bonus points for a time, so up to 10x on travel from the portal launch through the end of 2023. So if you have the Prestige or the Premier, of course you can't get the Prestige anymore, 10x. You have the Rewards Plus or the Preferred, which is also I think a card you can't get anymore, 5x back. This launches sometime in the first half of Q4 2022. So overall, I mean, it's kind of funny because if you read this, it's like, yeah, I would have assumed you could have done all these things in the original travel portal. Why could I have not used points and a credit card? Why would you not have 24/7 customer support? It's such a Citi thing to do. Also, I think they probably should have included all their cards to have, some level of bonus cash back when booking through this new portal whenever it comes out later this year. Really, though, this is interesting to me because if there was ever a time to bring back the Citi Prestige card, now would be the time, right? You get serious about it. You partner with Bookings.com, who's run the back end, who basically is a travel portal in their own right. So you find a partner, you have some promos going to drive people towards the portal. Why not bring back the Prestige or your new version of the Prestige now? That would probably be the ideal time, in my opinion. Now, I don't know that it's going to happen because we haven't heard anything. I mean, we usually get some kind of leaks through Reddit, how, reliable, who's to say. But again, I haven't heard anything, but I'm going to call my shot now. I think they're going to come out with another version of the Prestige because they're doing the right things. They're just doing it in the way the Citi would do it, right? Yes, now the cards earn thank you points. Now the double cash even has a sign-in bonus. The Premier has the 80K bonus, which is the highest one we've ever seen. Thank you points can be cashed out at like any amount, pooled, that whole thing. These are the right things to do. The things you kind of have to do because, again, you have Capital One on the hard charge at you. Chase and Amex are obviously pillars in the game. Wells Fargo, who's to say what they're going to do, right? They're still in the middle of their rebuild, so this is Citi's time to really decide, in my opinion, are they going to stay a competitor in like the Power 5 of banking, or are they going to fold and just kind of move down to like the U.S. bank tier, which is really the tier of like, yeah, I mean, we have a ton of money and resources and we could do it, but meh. I'm fine, I just don't want to. I'm trying to make it sound a little dramatic, but that's kind of how I picture it in my head of where Citi's at right now. So anyways, if you use the Citi portal, let me know what your thoughts on this, or let me know what other things or revisions you think the portal needs to have to be competitive and sway you from another issuer over here. But anyways, guys, that's been the news for this week. So, of course, if you would like to drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Question for you guys, again, let me know what you think about these stories or what else you've seen out in the news that you'd love to chat about. I'd love to get your thoughts down below in the comments. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and talk to you on Monday.